The first question is, like, do you use social media? You do, right?
I do. I mean, I use Facebook, but that's about it.
Okay, just Facebook. Okay, so how many of the people that you're friends with on Facebook do you admire?
Well, I mean, I've got like my brothers on there, who I grew up with, so
Yeah.
I do admire him actually because he's taken a lot on. That wasn't his responsibilities, but he's taken those responsibilities and he's done really amazing with it, to be honest. Because a lot of people wouldn't do, a lot of men wouldn't do what he's done. So
Yeah.
fair enough.
So would you say that, like, so for you to, I don't know, like, friend people on Facebook, but they have to have done something that's quite...
No. I mean, most of the people that I have on Facebook, I've sort of like know them.
Mm-hmm. So it's not like...
in terms of relationships and friendships, I've known them for quite a while. I'm not really one that just will put someone on Facebook on my page and say, yeah, they're my friends. I don't really do that. I don't really put those people on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not really into that. I'm not one of these people that have to have 6,000 people, likes, whatever, to feel like I've got friends. I've never been like that. So, but the people that I have on Facebook, the people that I know and I've chatted to and I've talked to. So
yeah. Okay, so, like, I mean, these questions are basically, like, around Instagram and Twitter, but I can work them around Facebook. So, like, if you were to post, like, do you post, like, pictures and stuff on Facebook?
No.
If you were to post something, before posting it, would you worry that it wouldn't get, like, a lot of likes on Facebook?
No, I'm not really bothered about things like that.
Why?
I think it's because I'm not really asked about what people think.
Mm-hmm. Have you always been like that?
I think I have. I think I always have been like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody wants to be liked.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be loved.
But why?
And some people deserve, and people should have that.
But why do you think everyone wants to be liked?
It's human nature. Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be loved by something or someone.
Yeah.
And I think when people who do put their things on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, sometimes they want to see the response from other people.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or negative, they still want to see the response of it, because there's a saying that it's better to be talked about than not to be talked about at all, because it's about existence.
Yeah.
And it's about knowing that you have an existence in this world.
So do you feel like someone's presence on social media, just to know that other people know that you exist, do you think that's what...
That's a part of it, I would say. I would say it's a part of it.
Yeah.
Not the whole of it, but part of it.
Yeah. If you didn't get a lot of likes on, like, the posts that you may have, like, put on Facebook and stuff, would you delete the post if you didn't get, like, a lot of likes?
Well, because in that I haven't done that, I don't really know, because I can't compare it with anything, because I don't really put anything on Facebook. I never do.
Yeah.
I might leave a comment about someone else's, something that I like, but I've never put anything about me on there.
Yeah.
It's not because I don't want to, it's just that I don't feel the need to.
Yeah.
So.
Why do you think people, maybe, like, older people, younger people, why do you think they might feel the need to share, like, their personal, like, details and lives on social media?
Well, for some people maybe because it's the only way that they can express themselves.
Yeah.
To know that other people maybe going through a similar thing to what they're going through.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a way of a coping mechanism so they can share their points of view, their self, you know what I mean, even kind of like their emotions.
Yeah.
and maybe that's why people need to do that. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying it depends on how far it goes.
Yeah.
I don't mean you don't have to divulge everything about your whole life, but some people need to, and that's up to them whether they do that or not.
Do you feel like when people do that, it's mostly for like a positive reason and not always like a negative reason?
Like I said, it might be for both reasons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It might, like I said, it might be because it's the only way they know how to get them express themselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes it's better to express yourself to a complete stranger than it is to someone that you're really close to.
But it's like expressing themselves. If they were to do it in a way, it's like, you know, they express themselves by posting stuff like, let's say like Instagram, but they didn't get a lot of likes, so they deleted it. Like, even though, do you think that like validation has a lot to do with that?
Maybe yeah, maybe yes. Yeah, maybe they want to find some reasoning. They need that positiveness for them to feel good about themselves in a way.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to call that, because a lot of people put lots of things on there, and sometimes they might not expect what kind of reaction that they might get, or the reaction they think they would have gotten, and it's sometimes it's about assumptions. It's about wait a minute, I'm gonna get this, and then you realise they may not get that at all, and then it could make them feel more negative about what they were trying to do in the first place.
I feel like when people, you know, want to express themselves on social media, do you think that when they sort of seek reactions or responses from like strangers, like online, do you feel like that response, you know, that it could be, I don't know, like a positive like comment or something like that, but do you feel like it might not be as positive as it seems because they don't know that specific person, so they don't know their...
Yeah, but I think when people do put stuff on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Twitter, you have to expect the reactions from people. You will always have to expect that.
Yeah.
Because you are putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
And you will get the positive comments and you'll get the negative comments.
Like, you can't expect to post so publicly and then only, you know...
And not only expect the good things. It's not like that. Because life is not like that.
Yeah, no.
And I think that's what the whole thing is about.
Yeah.
It's about... And I don't know if people can deal with certain things. That life is not always a joyous ride. It has its ups and it has its downs. And you have to go with that.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to change no matter what you do. And I think when people do put things on that, they have to understand that.
Yeah.
Because you cannot you cannot expect all the good things all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Question 4. Do you feel like your social media reflects your true identity?
Well, because I don't put anything on it then, yeah. I think it does. I think maybe it does, because I don't need to. I don't have an impulse of wanting to put things on social media. Yeah, because I don't put things on social media. Not because I don't have a desire to.
Yeah.
I don't need the fact that I need to plaster myself over a page and say this is who I am, because I already know.
Why do you think
I do who I am?
For other people, where do you think the desire to do that comes from?
I think it's because I don't know. I mean, I think, like I said, people want to show everybody what they're doing in their lives and how wonderful it is. But I think it's an illusion, because when people do all these things, it's like they want to share this is what I'm doing every day, or this is what I'm achieving every day. But this is what I want to be doing every day. And I'm going, is your life that great or wonderful and perfect? Because it cannot be. that great all the time.
It doesn't seem realistic.
It doesn't seem real. It seems
so
like
feel like
to me, it seems like we're in a reality show.
Yeah.
And we're living that reality, and we're pretending to ourselves constantly that we are this and we are that.
Yeah.
And deep down, when reality does hit, it's not like that at all. It's like you have to come face to face with really who you are, and face to face with who they or these people that you seem to have a friendship with really are. And yeah, it's like we're living in a different kind of universe to me.
Do you feel like that just gives people more of a reason to, like, you say, like, you know, you're posting all these things about how great, like, air quotes, your life really is, but it's like, it says who? That could be completely false. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The person that you put on social media wouldn't be you at all.
I think it could be a form of escapism from the day-to-day forms of reality, and how people's lives are moving in a circle, and somehow they want to escape maybe that circle and put these things on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you want to call it, to say how wonderful their lives really are, and really deep down it's not like that. And for me it's a bit scary actually, because you can delusion yourself so much that you start to becoming the illusion.
You know what I'm that's completely true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, you can have this, like, I feel like you can have this, like, you know, thought, like, illusion of what you want your life to be, and then you start to believe the lie, and it's like, and then that's it, then you start to believe your own delusions, and then that just, do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So when does reality become non-reality, and when does non-reality become reality? So
they're good questions.
Absolutely, that's the thing.
Let's lead on to the next question. Do you feel the people you follow show a true reflection of themselves on social media?
I don't know whether they do or not. Sometimes when I see images of people, I always want to see beyond that person's face and or on what they've written to actually see if they're really happy. And it's like, for me, it's like looking at a photograph, like an old photograph, and wondering what that person did after that photograph was taken.
Like the story behind it.
Yeah, and what their life was like. For me, that's what, like, Instagram, Facebook or Instagram is like, or Twitter. I always wanted to know when they stopped finishing what they were writing, or how they were, or what they were feeling when they finished writing that, or and it's weird for me, because I always think beyond, and I always want to make comparisons to how they must have, or what they put on there, what they were doing after they've written it, or whatever they shared with other people.
Like the thought process behind it. Oh, I didn't.
And how did they get? And you know what I mean? How did they? How when they finished whatever they were writing, what did they expect?
Like expect from themselves or expect from social media.
That's what I'm talking about in terms of illusion. I'm just thinking, you're sharing all this information with people. It's great and wonderful if that's what you want to do. But who are you really sharing it with? Are you sharing it because you want to share some?
Yeah, you were saying that, like, who are you really sharing the stuff, like, you're posting, like, your, like, statuses and stuff like that with people online? Like, who are you doing it for? Like, could you be doing it for yourself, or could you be doing it for other people to react to it, maybe?
I think so. I think it's both. I think it's both in a sense. And I don't know how we've gotten to this point. I really don't. I don't know how we as society have gotten to this point where we need to be kind of patted on the back constantly to say how great we're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's quite.
And it's, or patting yourself on the back and saying, this is how wonderful I am, when really
that's quite self-absorbed, you know what I mean?
It is. I think we're living in a society that we are become so self-absorbed.
Yeah.
and we're forgetting the kind of true element of everything, because we want to use a piece of social whatever, like Facebook or whatever, to tell people, yeah, this is great, wonderful, and it's not.
But it's like, do you think people could be boasting about how great their life is, but in real life it's completely
different?
Yeah. It's just like, what do you think they want to achieve by being false on social media and like creating that illusion?
I sometimes think that maybe people are just scared to face reality.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being scared to face reality, because everybody gets scared.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes through times of whatever, da-di-da.
Yeah.
And for you to put everything out there, so like people can make loads of comments about it, why can't you just try and figure these things out and just... It's a difficult one to say, because I don't really go on the Facebook.
Yeah. Do you think that depends on the reason why you use social media?
I think it is to a point. For me personally, I only use it. I don't even know why I really actually even use it, because I don't post anything. I do look at now and again.
Yeah.
See what's going on or what's happening. But I've never ever left a comment. I've never done it. I've never put down, oh yeah, this is what I'm having, or this is what I'm feeling. I've never done that, and I don't. It's for me. For me, I think it's my background that I like to have things that are private.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to share my things or share who I feel, I'll speak to a friend that I can have a conversation with.
Well, question 7. Well, you don't, but if you were to, would you tweet or post things specifically for other people to see?
I mean, that's individual people, or
just like the people that, like the people that you follow and that follow you, for them to see that, or for anyone to see that, basically.
I don't know. That's a hard one to call. It depends on what it is that I was wanting them to share, or why I want them to share.
Because it's like, people, well, not like nowadays anyway, like they will post things specifically, to get a reaction and to make sure that people have seen it. Like, it's sort of, would you?
All right, no, I don't think I would. No. Because I'm not someone that needs to have reactions from people, or be reactive myself. I don't need to have that.
Would you say that you've never, or you don't feel the need to get validation from your social media from other people?
No, because I don't need validation from anybody.
Yeah.
My validation is what I think.
Yeah.
About lots of things. I'm not saying you can't have opinions, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
But I'd rather have a debate about it, not sharing it across social media. Because I think sometimes with social media you can hide behind a lot of faces.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, you hide behind a lot of faces, I think.
Do you think the more that you use social media, those faces sort of like duplicate and your true character kind of gets lost in?
I think yes and no, because I think sometimes people can hide a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they can divulge a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the things that they want people to know or not to know. So you do hide behind a lot of faces.
Do you feel like they prefer having that control over what someone else knows of them and knows about their life and stuff like that?
Like I said, maybe yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on what it is that you want people to know about you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. It really does depend.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. Question 8. Would you ever use someone else's picture online as your own?
No. has got what that other person's had, that envy stops.
So it's like, it's always been around, and that envy has always kind of been there, but it's at a different rate, or a different, like I don't know how, like, it's triggered more when you're exposed to...
When you're exposed to it 24/7, then yeah. But it has always existed, and if people are doing that in terms of, when they go on Facebook, they want these thousands. I got 1,000 friends.
Yeah.
Where have you got?
It's like you compare, and then that starts to breed more envy, you know, because you want all those friends as well. Yeah, but it's like, how many of those friends are false?
Really friends. Yeah,
how many of those people do you know? How many people are just strangers on the internet that could be fake? You know what I mean?
I've just messaged you. You want to be my friend? I don't really know you, but I'm just gonna
say yes anyway.
I'm gonna say yes anyway.